Star One Medical, you're connected with Sigils Emerge. Go ahead, Star One Medical.
2-minute ETA from Sunshine. Sounds like you struck a tree at high velocity. CCS 15 immediately post-collision and rapidly declined.
This is way worse than we thought it was. There's something really wrong.
If we don't get him looked after very quickly, he's going to die.
When I hear about the injuries and I hear about what happens, and hearing that it happened to me, it feels like I'm hearing someone else's story.
So many different teams came together that day on Hudson's worst day, essentially, and gave him a chance.
Hudson had come to the mountains on his own with friends. We weren't out here, but the kids had sent us some pictures throughout the day.
I remember starting to kind of bomb down the run, and after that, there's nothing.
It wasn't just a tree and a head injury. It's where it was.
Given the place it was, the extreme terrain, my spidey senses kind of went off that it could be a pretty intense call. I grabbed a snowmobile and I went up to the scene as soon as I could.
I have been on staff here as a member of what's called the 630 Medical Volunteer Patrol since 2007. And luckily, I happened to be here on the day that Hudson had his accident.
It was the worst phone call you could imagine.
It was one of the friends' dads. And so Abby answered the phone and said, "Hello?" And he said, "Hi, Abby, it's Wilbert. Hudson's been in an accident."
He had a deformity in his jaw and he was really bleeding pretty profusely from his mouth. So I was suspecting a pretty severe head trauma.
You always want to be there for your kids. So it felt pretty helpless not to be there.
Hudson was quite unwell. He was really altered in terms of his level of consciousness. He was repetitive. There were enough yellow flags there that the whole picture added up to a red flag scenario, which means let's activate the helicopter and get them to the mountain.
He was critical and life-threatening at that point. I mean, these head-injured patients always are, and that's why speed is of the essence.
When you hear that you're going for a child, your heart kind of always skips a beat.
Driving out there, and Abby calling and telling me they're sending stars to pick him up. Like, it's your worst nightmare. It's a parent's worst nightmare. My gut dropped out, and I thought, this is very serious.
It's never a great feeling looking at somebody and realizing that they are deteriorating really quickly on you. As we're going down, it became apparent we were going to have to intubate him. We were going to have to put a breathing tube in.
Which is something that feels like it's right out of a movie. But to think about it happening to your kid is horrifying.
I'm a dad. He's the same age as my kids. Absolutely going through my head as we were going through things. Luckily, things went well.
Hudson was in a coma for 3 weeks.
He may never walk again. He may never talk again. And those were really scary weeks.
He's practicing his breaststroke kick. He was ready to get back swimming within 3 days of waking up.
The ski patrol, STARS crew, Banff EMS crew, couldn't do this job without them, and they are absolutely and utterly incredible.
Our relationship with STARS is really beneficial for us here as ski patrollers at Sunshine. It's really remarkable to see Hudson out in ski boots again.
Having a second chance at life like this, it's eye-opening. To the STARS crew that were here that day, I just want to say thank you for choosing this line of work, even though it must be so hard, and that the work you do is vital.
You never know when something might go wrong in your life. I am infinitely grateful for STARS and how they really saved my brother.
I thought for sure he was going to be really badly brain injured, and yet today I'm talking to this kid and he's talking about going to law school. He's swimming at national championships. It's pretty cool.
And we are so grateful, and we will always be grateful to STARS for the service that they provided to our son.
This is why we're here. This is what motivates me to come back and be on night shift tonight and look after the next Hudson, the next person that needs us to get timely care.